Today is 11/29, November the 29th, and our title is Quill. Quill. Q-U-I-L-L. Quill. Let's go ahead and get this opened up here. Okay, don't forget to put the date in the box, the bottom or top, wherever you need to put it. Just put it in the box, and let's get started. So we're going to start at the bottom, and we're going to work our way up in a diagonal motion. So I'm going to start here, and I'm just going to make a line that goes up like that, just a slight diagonal. Next, I'm going to make the point of the quill at the bottom, so that's going to curve like this, and then it's going to come up, and it's going to meet and get really skinny towards the top. Okay, so the bottom is kind of fat and it gets real skinny at the top. Okay, so now we need to make the feather part. Okay, and how we're going to do that is we're going to start on the left. I'm going to curve it out and bring it back in just a little bit, and then back out. Make a couple in there like that, and up like that. Okay, so you just basically are curving along this line, but you're making some cuts into the feather. Go ahead and bring it out on the other side and do the same thing, and it should meet at a point at the top. Okay, now we've got feathers in here, so what we need to do is go ahead, well, this is a feather, so we need to go ahead and actually take and bring some lines coming in. You don't have to put a whole bunch of them, just a few. Okay, just to give it kind of that feather look where it's separated. And I'm making sure that they're diagonal and that they're curving slightly. Okay, let's go ahead and make the ink that's coming out of the quill. So I'm just going to make a curved line like this, and I'm going to thicken that just a little bit to show that that was where it was writing. Okay, so let's add some shading, and then we'll be done. So I'm going to shade some dark black right along and curve it right along the bottom. This is where it's been dipped in the ink. Okay, this is where it's been dipped in the ink, and let's go ahead and fill in this completely solid because that's the actual ink mark that the quill made. Alright, so now we have that filled in solid. Let's go ahead and add some shading to our feather and we'll be done. So I'm going to do along the actual line of the feather, the middle part of the feather, I'm going to do a light shading, or I'm sorry, a medium shading, and I'm going to move that as it gets to the edge and make it lighter. And I'm not doing a really long shading. I mean, I'm not filling up the whole feather, I'm keeping it light on the edges, but just enough to give it a little texture. Okay, so I've got that side. Let's do the other side, same thing. I'm going to start with a darker shading here, and as I move out, I'm going to lighten it up. And one more section. And you don't want to go over this middle line. You definitely want to keep this white in the middle so you can see it. Okay, and there's your quill. There you have it. So I'd like you to make one of these today. Please make sure that you start with it wide at the bottom and it gets narrow towards the top. Don't forget to erase any lines or marks that you don't need. You need two types of shading, the solid at the bottom for the ink, and then a gradual or a blended shading where it goes from dark to light on each side of the feather, and that should do it.